It is time for the big finale and time to test the strength of rivals in a big stage again. 1996 Singer World Series final was scheduled to play on September 7th at R. Premadasa as a day game between Sri Lanka and Australia. This game too got a delay start due to wet conditions. Finally, organizers decided to play 35 overs a side game. Nail-biting 3 wickets win over India in the previous game gave the room to Australia to enter to the final. Match went to the wire, but Australia able to hold the nerve till the last moment to get through. On the other hand, Sri Lanka marched to the final with a strong stance with 3 wins. Sri Lanka made 3 changes. They sent Marvan Atapattu, Premadiya Wickramasinghe, and Ravindra Pushpakumara back to bench and call up Roshan Mahanama, Kumar Dharmasena and Chaminda Vas. That gives room for lengthy Sri Lankan batting lineup again. On the other hand, Australia made just 1 change. They thought to go for additional batting all-rounder instead of a spinner. So, they brought Darren Lehmann instead of Brad Hogg. Ian Healy won the toss and he invites Sri Lanka to bat first to get the benefit of the wet outfield.
About the thin neck.
Ricky Ponting at deep backward square. A little bit of hesitation there with the running. We saw Jayasuriya run himself out in the World Cup final. And Steve Bucknor. He loves them when they're up. He times them pretty well.
Well, he really laid into that one, didn't he?
Getting Jayasuriya out for 5. Once again, just over point and away to the boundary. Well, that's a good shot. And that's going to have enough run on it to reach the rope. Magnificent shot. Just slanting short of the rope. It's well timed. The crowd are going berserk.
And why not? They're getting plenty of thrills, plenty of
timing, magnificent timing. This is just very good batting, difficult to stop. Oh, what a good catch. No, in fact, it's got away. Jayasuriya thumping his glove there. I think he was disappointed. Here's a chance. Stuart Law. And well taken. So Jayasuriya just getting a bit carried away there. And Glenn McGrath has got a very good breakthrough for Australia.
Well, this is a very well judged catch too.
It's good delivery from Damien Fleming.
Ian Healy.
It's no one a fine leg.
Chances, and that does make a huge difference. Down the wicket he goes. What a great shot that is. That is a little dynamo shot. He has smashed that straight down the ground. Lehmann, all he could do, stand there. 1 ball to go. Will he block it? Will he play for 1? Down the wicket again. He's whacked it. That's going for 4 as well. Kaluwitharana is having a ball at Premadasa Stadium.
Closing up as far as Kaluwitharana is concerned.
Oh, he's back that one. That's going for 4 as well. Over the top of the extra cover fieldsman into the fence. How are they going to stop him? That one was short. This is getting to the Australians. They look like the champions, that's for sure.
Keeper.
Listen to the roar here if he gets 1. well fielded. Back for 3, and what a little cameo innings it's been. Kaluwitharana has played beautifully. He really has taken advantage of the fieldsman in the circle to perfection. Got out a couple of matches back. Oh, good shot from Guru Singha. He's starting to loosen up now. And I tell you what, he's a big man. When he goes, he can go. That was a lovely shot.
Well, this is exactly what he tried of the...
Taken the opportunity, so that's good bowling from Darren Lehmann. His persistence has paid off.
Good bowling by Lehmann, that time holding it up back. Kaluwitharana, seeing Kaluwitharana coming down the pitch, held it back a bit. Kaluwitharana going through with the shot and not really making good contact. Good catch by Lehmann.
It's 104 for 2.
Mid-on standing close in. It's nicely timed, right in the middle of the bat. A lot of meat behind it. And the ball running down to the boundary on this rather heavy outfield.
He would have the opportunity to pick either the Kia Cephia, the saloon, that won the Innes class in the Australian Rally last year, or the Sportage, the four-wheel drive vehicle. And Bevan at mid-off takes the catch, so McGrath has struck again.
That's a big break for Australia. Guru Singha departs.
Lee hands.
Oh, he's hit that one like a rocket. That's gone for 4. Just wide of War that time. He went diving away to try and take a catch. Would have been a miraculous effort, but it was beautifully struck by Ranatunga.
Down the track comes De Silva, and that's a miss stumping by Ian Healy. Making no contact. Full toss this time and driven on the offside. Could beat the man there at deep point. Yes, it does. So welcome boundary this for Sri Lanka. After 31 overs, Sri Lanka 190 for 3. Continues, and down the track comes De Silva and hits it into the deep. And that's brilliantly taken at mid-wicket. Or was it? In fact, it's over Slater's head, and it's 6 runs.
De Silva coming down the pitch, picking it on the half volley, and Slater unable to cling on to that. In fact, tipping it over the line for 6, and that brings about De Silva's 50. But a fine innings that De Silva. Slater getting under it, just not enough height, and the ball tipping over.
And another 50 for Aravinda De Silva, and what a way to bring it up.
In the Sega series in Singapore, and now here in Sri Lanka.
Ranatunga this time down the track, hitting it over extra cover. He's timed it beautifully. 6 more runs for Sri Lanka. That really was a lovely shot. Beautiful footwork.
What glorious batsmanship here. Mark Waugh flighting it, Ranatunga giving himself room and stroking it right over the extra cover boundary. There you are, Ranatunga, just a short side step and hammering it away. Absolutely brilliant batsmanship.
Down the track, and he's hit it in between mid-on and mid-wicket. This might go all the way to the fence. Just stopped inside there. But enough time for the batsman to come back for 3 or rifle the fielder. And this time he goes over the top and over the fielder at long on. Again, beautifully timed by De Silva.
Once again, De Silva coming down the pitch, picking that one beautifully and hitting it on out of that long boundary at long on. What absolute perfect timing. That's De Silva coming down the pitch. A lot of arrogance in the way he handles that. Beating long on, way above his head.
And this is interesting. De Silva having a chat with Cyril Mitchley, obviously telling the umpire that before that ball was bowled, there were just 3 men in the circle. So that's clever cricket. He gave him the charge, anticipating a no ball. And again, and this time it's even a bigger hit. Again over the man at long on, and the little man is on fire. Second consecutive 6 by De Silva.
De Silva is on absolute fire here. He's coming down the pitch, and rifle's been dispatched once again. What a glorious shot, that one.
It's not an easy shot to play. Not always easy to hit a low full toss over the straight field, but De Silva has done just that. And the crowd enjoying every bit of it. And the third time in a row, but this time straight up in the air. Healy has to give chase. The ball eluding him, and De Silva having time to come back for the second run.
Real mayhem here. Australia in a state of panic with De Silva on fire. This man, so small in stature, what power he's got on his shots. Just belting the ball all over.
Well, just the kind of last over Sri Lankans would have wanted. 3 balls gone, 14 runs come of it. And this so far has been an almost perfect performance by the Sri Lankans.
Proud progress.
And driven on the offside this time, but there is a man out there in the deep. And only a single to Ranatunga. So after 35 overs, Sri Lanka 234 for 3. Another fantastic performance by the Sri Lankans, who were given that explosive start by Jayasuriya and Kaluwitharana. The crowd really have enjoyed every bit of the Sri Lankan performance. Another big score, and a tough task for the Australians now, chasing this target. There'll be a lot of pressure on them from this big crowd who have come out in their numbers.
Sri Lanka made a good start. Both dashers scored 42 quick runs for the first wicket before Jayasuriya falls. Then Asunka came and hold one end, leaving room to little Kalu to break through. Romesh Kaluwitharana made another explosive innings against Australia, and he scored his much-needed 58 in 45 with 5 fours. This was his second 50 in the series. Asunka got himself out when the score was at 131. At this moment, Sri Lanka's 2 most senior batsmen joined and put up unbeaten 103 runs for the 4th wicket to lift the score to 234. With a 6 and a 4, Arjuna scored 39 off 40. Aravinda, who playing his golden days, scored another unbeaten 50. He scored 75 off 64 with 2 fours and 3 sixes. He seems totally unstoppable at the pitch. Even though match was restricted to 35 overs, Sri Lanka managed to put massive 234 for 3 in their 35 overs with the run rate of 6.68. McGrath took 2 wickets.
They'll go down fighting. Charminder Vas, who bowls so well to Mark Waugh, starts from the commentary box end. Dropped. Was travelling pretty quick.
That's a bad miss for Guru Singh. Slater hitting it into his stomach, hitting it quite hard. Guru Singh taken unexpectedly.
Right in the breadbasket, that one. Certainly knocked the wind out of Guru Singha. That's a great shot. And Slater doing exactly what he's got to do here and go after the medium pacer.
Slater certainly having got the green light to go.
And a change of pace there from Charminder Vas. And he's picked up the wicket of Michael Slater. And the key to your statement, Ranjit, was they've got to take wickets at regular intervals. Well, they've made a good start.
So the Sri Lankans have struck. There was Charminder Vas, seeing Slater coming down the wicket. There you are, Slater coming down the wicket, and Vas angling it slightly away from him. Slater going after it. Chandana picking up a very easy catch.
It's 17 for 1.
New ball.
Lovely shot from Ricky Ponting. Plays quick bowling extremely well. In fact, I think it wouldn't hurt for Arjuna to get a spinner on to
cricket, go out there and give their best.
Chance, and he's hit the middle stump. Steve Bucknor has asked for the replay. I think Mark Waugh knows he's gone. The head goes down. Mahanama has produced a direct hit.
That really epitomizes the brilliance of the Sri Lankan fielding. They've hit the stumps so often. That's Mahanama, one of the better ones. And that's curtains for Mark Waugh. He's out by a foot.
Well, that's a big blow for Sri Lanka. Australia 26 for 2.
7 runs and over, perhaps up to 7.5. Well, that's a good shot from Stephen Waugh, straight down the ground, and it's way over the top. Did it get there? I think it did. Yes, that's a beautiful shot. You can't hit them much straighter than that. And that one's gone for 4. That's a good shot. So they're starting to turn it on now. These two are very good players. Ricky Ponting, anything short, he'll absolutely carve it away on the on. Short delivery. He's hit that one away. This is going to be out. Yes, got him. Beautifully taken down on the boundary. Jaya Surya into the action again. That was short. Ponting pulled it away. He didn't quite hit it hard enough. Jaya Surya right back down there on the fence, and he doesn't drop catches. That's the end of Ponting.
Well, these Sri Lankans are hot. Again, nicely pulled by Ponting, but finding the man in the deep, and a very well judged catch by Jayasuriya, running to his left and coming up with the ball in his hand. Australia lose their 3rd wicket, 48 runs on the board.
Their major opposition again. Oh, and a little nick there, just wide of the keeper. It went down and it's gone for 4. Yes, it was not a chance. It actually went down into the ground. Didn't carry to Kaluwitharana.
That'll be handy. And it's one way of bringing up the boundaries that wouldn't come off the middle of the bat.
Dharmasena is a quickish off.
Chance in the upfield. It's been misjudged, but well caught in the end.
Oh, he is an absolute brilliant fielder. We've seen that in the past. Muralidharan very, very quick on his feet. And when India toured here a couple of years ago, he took some outstanding catches of his own bowling, diving to his right across the pitch. This time he's diving to his front, keeping his eyes on the ball, making sure that the ball doesn't bounce after he's held it. And look at that delight. Stuart Law is gone for 31, and Australia are 4 wickets, 404.
One of the people here in Sri Lanka could probably match them.
Yes, in the West Indies they play mass and jam and jump up.
And going over the top this time, and the ball beating Mahanama at long arm and going over the fence for another boundary for Steve Waugh. And that brings up his 50. It's been another valuable innings by the Australian vice-captain.
Steve Waugh showing what a great...
And goes again in the air, but could find Jayasuriya, and he drops it this time, and the ball crosses over the fence, and this could be a costly miss as far as the Sri Lankans are concerned.
That, no doubt, certainly is going to be something the Sri Lankans would not want to regret. Dharmasena getting his hand...
And driven straight back and brilliantly taken by Chandana. So Steve Waugh is gone, and Australia lose their 5th wicket.
Waugh losing concentration, certainly not the thing to do. One can get into a confrontation, but when the onus is on you, you have to concentrate and ensure that you keep your wickets intact. There you are, Chandana holding the ball back, a little bit of flight. Waugh driving straight into him, Chandana holding on to a very good catch.
129 for 5, Australia. Going for the big hit and finding the gap between long on and deep mid wicket. So 4 more runs to Lehman this time.
Lehman picking that up very well. whacking it away on the onside.
Down the track comes Lehman and hits the ball over short mid-wicket, and again will find the gap between long on and deep mid-wicket. So another boundary for Lehman, and he's looking dangerous.
Lehman certainly looking dangerous that time,
giving himself room this time, missing it altogether and having his stump shattered. So Australia lose their 6th wicket, that of Michael Bevan, with just 145 runs on the board.
Dharmasena has struck once again, and just look at the delight of the crowd. Dharmasena's persistence paying off. Bevan drawing away and having his leg stump knocked off. Dharmasena is just delighted.
This could be the final nail in the coffin for the Australians as they won. Down the track comes Lehman, misses it altogether. And Kaluwitharana making no mistake. So Muralidharan deceiving Darren Lehman there in the flight. And Sri Lanka picking up another wicket. Australia losing another one. 151 runs on the board.
Lehman taking his chances, Muralidharan frighting. Certainly Australia had to look for runs, and Kaluwitharana completing a very fine stumping.
So 151 for 7 Australia.
Rifle on strike. He's hit that in the air. This is going to be out. Guru Singh is coming in for it. Oh yes, no, he's dropped it. He was a bit slow getting in there, Guru Singh. He looked as if he'd got it covered. It was up there for a long time. Those dark glasses were on. It's pretty dull here. For dinner with him the other night, and we had a little wander through it. That's in the air, coming down the ground. This will be caught. Yes, it will. He's gone. That's nicely taken. Rifle realizing he has to go for it. Once again, Mahanama coming in from the boundary way down there at long on. He had it covered all the way, and there was no way he was going to drop it.
And even umpire Steve Buckner is having a laugh, at whose expense one doesn't know, but Rifle had to go for it. He's hit it against the spin and therefore really hasn't middled it. And look how Mahanama had to run almost to the edge of the circle before completing that catch. Rifle's gone for 12, Australia 183 for 8.
Batsman, he's at the non-strikers end. Healy's on strike. He's going for the big one. He's going to be out too. Yes, it's going to. Yes, that's it. Healy's gone. Muralidharan down there again. He's taken another one. He's got one of the great smiles in cricket. He's had his tough times, little Muralidharan, but boy, does he enjoy his cricket. Have a look at those eyes. They're wide open. Big smile on his face, and that's the end of Ian Healy.
Well, Ian Healy acknowledging the crowd. The crowd's really been after him ever since he's come out to bat. And this is an easy catch for Muralidharan as Healy tried to swing one over mid-wicket.
So, and this is the reason for it. They're absolutely everywhere. Look at them. A hat-trick ball. Can they do it? This will crown all they've done so far. Oh, he smashed it, or tried to smash it up, shy at the non-striker's end. And the ball running down towards mid-on, so they'll get one. Yes, so turn that around here. Oh, he's hit that in the air. This is going to be out too. No, it's not. Oh, what a magnificent catch to finish the match. That is unbelievable. Mahanama in the deep has gone full length to his right, and he has pulled off one of the best outfield catches you will ever see. Not only has he taken that great catch, but he started the day with a brilliant run out. What a day is that in the field. The Sri Lankans are celebrating. They are the world champions, that's for sure.
And isn't that a world champion way of winning a match? What an outstanding catch. Worth going miles to see. This has been the big difference. The Sri Lankan fielding has improved out of sight. They don't really have to hide anybody now. Roshan Mahanama has been an outstanding fielder at cover point. And look at the way he thrusts his right hand out at the last moment and grabs the ball inches before it hits the toe.
Well, let's have another look at this. He even had the crows flying down there. Just watch this. Up she goes. He's going across. He's got his eye on the ball, never takes his eye off the ball. Now his right hand starts to move. He realizes he's in trouble. And he's off the ground at this stage, and whack. Beautifully caught as that crow flies through the picture. And as that happens, I tell you, that is a magnificent feeling. Just have a look at him here. He can't believe it. His hand is clutching onto the ball. And that is so good. So that was the catch that finished the match. Sri Lanka have beaten the Australians yet again.
Australia started the innings with the scoreboard pressure. To win, they had to maintain more than 6.68 runs per over is a mammoth ask. Sri Lanka starts the attack with one medium-pace man Vaz and one supporting bowler Guru Sinha. Vaz made some initial damage by taking 2 wickets and push Australia to 3 for 48. Then their 2 in-form batsmen Steve Waugh and Stuart Law gathered and put 56 for the 4th wicket. Waugh make another 50. After their partnership, Australia starts to lose wickets in regular intervals, and in the 33rd over they lost their last man, due to an acrobatic fielding of Roshan Mahanama. Finally, Australia managed to score only 184 for their all 10 wickets. Chandana took 4 wickets, and this was his best performance in one-day internationals. This gives easy 50 runs victory and the trophy to world champion Sri Lanka. In the same year they were able to beat Australia in 2 finals. Both occasions Aravinda was nominated as the man of the match. He scored magnificent 75 off 64 balls today to guide Sri Lanka home. That concludes the series. Next week in our final episode, let's deep dive on the statistics.